As mentioned earlier, there are several functions that cannot be used in vector layers. If you want to use these following functions, you need to rasterize the vector layer first. 1 is blur and smudge tool, 2 is alpha lock, 3 is perspective transformation or mesh transformation, and 4 is filters. You can rasterize a vector layer in the following ways, but be careful because once you rasterize, you cannot revert it back to a vector layer. I have drawn this line on a vector layer. Let's rasterize this layer. For that, let's open the layer window. This is our vector layer that we want to rasterize. We select it and then tap on the 3 dots button. And next, we select rasterize. When we confirm the rasterize dialog box by selecting the yes option, the icon of the vector layer will disappear, indicating that it has been converted to a raster layer. We can adjust the lines we draw on a vector layer. For that, let's select Vector from the Tool Selection window. Now let's tap on the line to select it and then tap on the 3 dots button. Next, let's select Edit Vertices. These points are the passing point knobs. For example, let's drag 2 of these passing point knobs to change the shape of this line. Now if we want to save these adjustments, we should tap on the tick button. Now let's say we want to delete some of these passing point knobs. For that, let's tap on the 3 dots icon. And then let's select Edit Vertices again. And now we can select the passing point knobs we want to delete. When they are selected, they will turn blue. Once we have selected the desired passing points, we tap the 3 dots button and then select Delete Selected Vertices. Now the points we selected is deleted, and the points before and after our selected points are now connected. Also, we can select multiple passing point knobs by dragging on them diagonally. The number of passing point knobs will be fewer if we draw quickly and more if we draw slowly. Let's test this theory by drawing 2 lines, one quickly and one slowly. Now let's select Vector from the Tool Selection window. First, let's select the red line that we have drawn quickly, tap on the 3 dots button and then select Edit Vertices. You can see that when we draw quickly, the distance between the points is greater and we have fewer passing points. Now let's select the black line we have drawn slowly and see how many passing points this line has. You can see that this line has way more passing points than the red line we had drawn quickly. We have said before that lines drawn on a vector layer can be modified later to change the type of pen, thickness, and color of the line. I've drawn this face on a vector layer. Now let's modify it. First, let's select Vector from the Tool Selection window and then select our face. Next, we should tap on the Edit button. In this box, we can change the line's attributes style. From here, we can change the line's color. And from here, we can change the pen type. there are some of these brushes we can use in this section. With this slider, we can set the thickness to our liking. And once we are done editing, we can tap on the tick button. When using the eraser on a vector layer, strokes get erased in a different way compared to erasing them on a raster layer. And when you merge vector layers, unintended lines may disappear. Let's explain this with an example. First, I want to add 2 vector layers and draw a line on each layer. I will draw a blue line on the bottom vector layer and a red line on the top vector layer. Now, as you can see here, I have 2 vector layers. The layer in the bottom contains the blue line and the layer above contains the red line. Now let's select the eraser tool from the tool selection window and erase some part of this red line. Next, let's open the layer window and merge these 2 vector layers. As a result, some part of the blue line also disappeared. This part of the blue line disappeared due to the mechanism of the eraser on a vector layer. After selecting the vector tool, we can see that there are vector lines without color in the areas where the eraser was used or lines were drawn. These transparent vector lines are what the eraser on a vector layer really is. The eraser on a vector layer can also be used to move and change styles, same as vector lines. The eraser on a vector layer does not actually erase the lines, but rather temporarily hides the lines underneath by overlapping them on the same vector layer. Therefore, it is easier to understand if you think of the lines as being hidden under transparent lines rather than being erased. But we can bring back the accidentally hidden lines by following these steps. First, let's select the line that we want to display again and then tap on the 3 dots button. And next, let's select Bring to Front to move the line to the front. As you can see, now the blue line moved to the front and it's completely displayed. Now if you open Layer window, we can see that it's displayed from there as well. And that's it for today's tutorial. Hope you enjoyed and understood it. If you have any question or suggestion, please comment. And don't forget to like and subscribe. I hope to see you in the next part of this tutorial.